You've been lied to your entire life. It's not a conspiracy theory, it's not some grand plot. It's a simple, deeply flawed idea that society programs into you from day one. That your input must equal your output. That to earn more, you must do more, work harder, put in more hours, grind. This is the linear trap, and it's the single most effective way to guarantee you never achieve true operational freedom. It's a broken mental model that forces you into an endless trade of time for money. And in that trade, you will always lose because your time is finite. In this video, we're going to systematically deconstruct this lie. We will replace it with a new operating system for your mind, one based on the principle of asymmetry. And I will give you the tactical framework to build leveraged systems that decouple your effort from your results permanently. Deconstructing the linear trap. Let's call the linear trap what it is: the time and effort economy. It's the default operating system for 99% of the population, and it is fundamentally designed for you to lose. Here's how it works. Think of a highly skilled professional, a lawyer, a consultant, a freelance designer. They charge, let's say, $200 per hour. That sounds impressive, but the system is a prison. Their income is a simple, brutal equation. Hours billed multiplied by 200. To double their income, they have to double their hours. To triple it, they have to triple their hours. See the problem? They are fighting a war against the clock, and the clock always wins. There are only 24 hours in a day. There's a hard ceiling on their output, and therefore a hard ceiling on their life. This model is programmed into us from our first day of school. You get an A for studying 10 hours. You get a promotion for staying late. Society celebrates the grind. It fetishizes hard work. But this is a psychological vulnerability. The system rewards the appearance of effort because it's a simple metric to track. It's a system designed to extract maximum value from you, not to generate maximum value for you. The core flaw of the linear trap is that it pays you for your labor, not for your thinking. It pays you for turning the crank, not for designing a machine that turns the crank itself. When you are the one doing the work, you are the bottleneck. You cannot scale. You can get more efficient, you can raise your rates, but you can never break the direct link between your time input and your financial output. You eventually hit a wall. You burn out. You wonder why you're working harder than ever, but not achieving operational freedom. It's because the game is rigged. The problem isn't your work ethic. The problem is the flawed model you're operating within. To escape, you don't need to run faster on the hamster wheel. You need to get off it entirely and build a new machine. Engineering asymmetry. All right, let's reprogram your thinking. If the linear trap is a one-to-one equation, asymmetry is a one-to-many equation. It's about engineering a system where a single, specific input produces a massively disproportionate output. Think about it like this. You can spend an hour chopping wood and get 1 hour's worth of firewood. That's a symmetric exchange. Your result is directly tied to your effort. Now, what if you spend that same hour designing a better axe? An axe that allows anyone to chop twice as much wood in half the time. You invested your intelligence up front, just once. But that single act of design creates a cascade of leveraged output forever. You didn't just perform a task, you built an asset. This is the fundamental shift. Stop thinking about selling your time and start thinking about creating assets. An asset is anything that works for you, independent of your direct minute-to-minute involvement. A software developer who codes an app and puts it on the App Store has engineered asymmetry. They do the work once. They build the system. That code can then be sold 10 times or 10 million times while they sleep. The effort is fixed, but the potential return is nearly infinite. Compare that to a developer who bills by the hour. Their income is permanently capped by the number of hours in a day. They are trapped in a symmetric system. The same logic applies to media. I am recording this video once. That is my fixed input. But this video can deliver its value to 1,000 people or 1,000,000 people without any more effort from me. This is an information asset. A book is an asset. A well-designed online course is an asset. The core function of engineering asymmetry is to find a way to clone your value without cloning your time. You are not looking for more work to do. You are looking for a singular problem to solve whose solution can be replicated at near zero cost. So the tactical question you need to ask yourself on every project is this: am I building something that can be sold, copied, or used 1,000 times after I've finished the initial work? If the answer is no, you are still operating in the linear trap. If the answer is yes, you are engineering asymmetry. You are building the machine, not just running on the wheel.
The leverage stack. So how do you actually engineer asymmetry? You use leverage. Leverage is the force multiplier for your judgment and your actions. It's the critical difference between adding to your output and multiplying it. We're going to look at this as a stack with 4 distinct layers: the old forms of leverage and the new. The first and oldest form is labor. This is having other people work for you. It's the model of every traditional company in history. You hire a team, you manage them, and their combined output exceeds what you could do alone. It works, but it's messy. It requires immense leadership skill, emotional intelligence, and management overhead. It's also permissioned. You have to convince people to follow you. It scales, but with friction at every step. The next layer is capital. This is money. Capital is a powerful tool because it's indifferent. It doesn't get tired. It doesn't complain. It just executes instructions. You can deploy it to buy assets, invest in technology, or hire labor. The problem? It's also permissioned. You have to have capital to use it. If you start with 0, this layer is locked. This is where the game changed. The last 2 layers of the stack are new. They are permissionless, and they have 0 marginal cost of replication. This is the key. The third layer is media: podcasts, videos like this one, newsletters, social media content. When you create a piece of media, you are essentially creating an automated asset that works for you 24/7. I am recording this video once, but it can be watched by 10,000 people or 1,000,000 people. The cost to show it to the millionth person is 0. It's a robot that is constantly broadcasting your message, building your reputation, and attracting opportunities while you sleep. Anyone with a phone can access this layer. But the top of the stack, the most powerful form of leverage ever created, is code. Software, applications, algorithms. Code is the ultimate operational tool. You write the instructions once, and the machine executes them 1,000,000 times perfectly for free. A single developer can write a piece of software that provides value to millions of users, each of whom pays for it. It's a workforce of robots that you build once, and they work for you indefinitely. It is the purest form of permissionless, scalable leverage. Understanding this stack is everything. The linear trap keeps you thinking only about your own labor. The strategic operator understands that the goal is to move up the stack. Use your labor to create media. Use media to attract capital. Use capital to hire labor to build code. You don't need to be an expert in all of them, but you must understand that the tools exist. Stop trying to lift the weight yourself. Build a lever.
The lie is that you need to work in the system. The truth is you need to work on the system. Stop selling your time. It's the most finite resource you have. Instead, invest your intelligence up front to build assets that generate returns independent of your direct effort. That is the operational shift from linear input to asymmetric output. That is how you win. If you're ready to dismantle broken models and build tactical systems for success, subscribe to Capital Sanctum. We're just getting started.